Hello and welcome to Freaky Fast Broadcasting here tonight as we're at the Daytona International Speedway for the Underdog Racing League's Xfinity Series opener here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Thank you everybody for tuning in, but let's give a special shout out to all the sponsors who help make it happen here at Freaky Fast. First, we want to give a shout out to ButtKicker. Every game deserves a truly immersive experience. The ButtKicker Gamer 2 lets you feel every detail, from the subtle footsteps to the rumble of a V10 powered race car, from the ambient environmental effects to the power of a nearby explosion. By moving a physical mass instead of only air, the Gamer 2 provides instant, accurate, powerful base response, and it's all perfectly in sync with every game with no additional software required. So make sure you go to buttkicker.com and you can use our promo code FreakyFast20 to get 20% of any purchase there at their website. You can check out their Gamer 2 there and you can feel what you've been missing. Next, we have the Mikoni Setup Shop. The Mikoni Setup Shop is your home for iRacing setups and the official setup shop of the Richmond Raceway esports team. Fielding the number 46 and 90 in the Coca-Cola iRacing Series for Jimmy Mullis and Zach Novak. With everything from legends to cup cars, they've got you covered. Dirt setups for late models, modifieds, and wing sprints are also available as well. Coaching with professional drivers such as the Coca-Cola Series champion Zach Novak and his teammate Jimmy Mullis, as well as River Hayes and many more, are available also. And you can remember, at Mikoni Setup Shop, there are setups, but your victories. You can head over to www.mikonisetupshop today, and you can use our promo code FFB10 to get 10% off of all setups. So remember, FFB10 to get 10% off of all your setups there at the Mikoni Setup Shop. So it lets them know that we sent you there. Please go and use that promo code. Great setups there, and go check those guys out. But thank you to all our sponsors here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But now on to the racing action here at the track tonight. For 90 laps here, we kick off the Xfinity Series. I'm Zach Hall up in the booth, and joined alongside me tonight will be Ryan Twynham, as we are here at the World Center of Racing, and Robert Moyer Jr. will be up in the production box running our cameras. Ryan, it is a great day to start off some racing here at this season for the Xfinity Series. We saw last week at the Clash, very wild racing. Here tonight, though, 90 laps. Drivers are going to have to survive through this thing if they want to get to the victory lane.
Yes, and last week was wild. 315 lap runs, and first one started off slow, but then it really picked up, and we were off and running for the rest of the night. And don't expect wildness in this one, considering this one has points on the line. It's not just first place up for grabs, but looking forward to it. I was looking on the last season, and James Loveland is the defending race champion here. So he'll be looking to go back to back here. And Jason Fensler, the champion, also won the night race here in last season. So you got two guys out there looking to win again. And you got the guys that won the stages last week. A dominant performance by who was it? Who was it, Zach? Who dominated last week?
Huffstutler. Huffstutler getting the 10 bonus points. Yeah, he got the 10 bonus points there. Also, Trevor Earhart got 5. And also, I believe the 3, Jacob Sekrovich, they're getting the other set of 5 bonus points. So 20 points given out to the drivers, but those I think could come back critical. But entering tonight already, Sean Huffstutler with the points lead technically.
Yeah, and Serkovich and the number 3 did sneak up and take that last one after some confusion got cleared there. So anyone who left the broadcast early last week, the 3 car did take that final stage there and got himself 5 bonus points.
Yeah, I think that was very important for him there. Definitely a little bit of mix-up here for us. We were a little bit caught off guard with the laps there. But yeah, what a wild finish there. Get him those 5 bonus points. But Huffstutler on the pole getting the other stage win. And same with Earhart getting the stage win also. But I think drivers learned a lot through that race. We've seen a lot of 3-wide wild action. You can get amazing runs. But one thing that is different, we are not under the lights anymore. It is a hot, slick racetrack here tonight, as 108 degrees out there on the racetrack in sim right now. These drivers could struggle a little more with the grip, I believe, here possibly tonight.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a little slick. I was watching them in practice, and they seem to have the cars under control. You know, a little faster than the trucks. We'll probably be saying it multiple times tonight and throughout the season that they have made the change to the Xfinity. We'll see how much different that is for some of these drivers. And not only did the drivers learn a lot, but that was my first broadcast last week, and I rewatched the broadcast and I learned some things about myself that I can improve on. And I hope to get the ball rolling a little more smoothly this week. I didn't join the race as a car this time, so we're already right on the right foot.
Hey, the Eagles start a poll tonight, though. What's going on with that? I mean, we just
I
see it every
know.
time.
I'm not gonna get that bonus point.
Yeah, man, I tell you what. Hey, no, actually, our producer just brought up in our ear here. I just was watching as Ryan was speaking there. I just noticed it's open qualify. We got 10 minutes here for drivers to set down time, so they're gonna have to get in packs here. As we're seeing a draft in pack here forming, and the first couple times being set down right now as Parker Johnson, Justice Murphy jumps up to the top of the board now. Robert Rader there in the third position. So definitely going to have to use the draft to get the best lap here. But I think this 10 minutes here is going to be pretty intense with it being open in as many laps as you possibly can. I'll be interested to see if this carries on throughout the rest of the season because I'm not sure if this is a mistake or an error, but I know last season this was not the case.
Yeah, and I noticed Justin on the mic a few seconds ago when they were all pulling off, and now it makes sense. He was asking them to spread out, so I wonder if it is by mistake. But you see this group of cars right here; they are not spreading out. They're trying to take advantage of pack racing here.
Yeah, telling the drivers to spread out here is going to be a tough deal, especially to get the gap for everybody to get a lap in with the size of the field we have here tonight. Like that's one of the best things I'm seeing this season opener. It looks like we're packing in 29 cars so far, so a great start for the Xfinity Series here. It looks like Robert Rader so far on top of the board in the 53 as we got his name right this week. Good to hear that. It looks like Jeff Glover there in second.
Yeah, and I noticed while we got the 27 on the screen, I saw him in the chat in the Discord today, wanting everybody to know that he was going to be driving a new paint, and it looks pretty slick. It looks like it's an iFly sponsor. But yeah, he was in the Discord. He was bragging about it and all the other little chit chatter going on, talking about wrecking and how we're all going to be dodging wrecks. Let's hope that's not the case.
Yeah, hopefully we can keep this thing nice and green and see what kind of race we get because we're seeing great racing here in the qualifying session as times are still being put down. Looks like still Robert Rader in the 53 has been able to set down a good time. Looks like Jason Fensler, our past series champion, looks like he jumps to the top of the board just as I say that with Peyton Presley up to second in that 11 machine. So drivers right now putting down quick times only halfway through. The times could get quicker as we go here.
Yeah, and no surprise to see Fensler at the top. He's going to be there a lot this season. And, going to be learning the teams. And there are team points in this league. So, for the first few races, I'm sure Zach and I are going to be trying to figure out these teams. But I did jot teams down in my notes tonight. So I'll be trying to pay attention to that while broadcasting.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a key thing, especially here tonight at Daytona. Going to need friends, and the best friends to have are the ones called teammates because, they're definitely most likely not going to leave you out to dry here. It's just seen, looks like the 53 there, Robert Rader pushing down the back straight. We got the 4 there of Jeff Glover. Wow, as they pass by the 50 of David Buell. As, man, that is some closing in speed, and guys trying to put down the fastest times right now. Stunner jumps up to the top of the board with a burner of a lap with him and Christopher Heights both putting multiple hundreds on the rest of the field.
Yeah, and that 47-27 is going to be tough to beat. It's you really got to have some closing speed on the pack in front of you, come off pit road just right, or have someone helping you just catch a pack just right. You rarely see anything less than 47.2, and if you do, they were hustling in that draft.
Yeah, that was definitely a great lap. We'll have to see if anybody can come somewhat close because they do have multiple tenths. Back to third place there, Jason Fensler. Someone's got to formulate some. The big thing is you're going to see some of these guys try to lay back and get somewhat of a bigger toe Here, run the high line. You will see. Look at Robert Rader. He's taking them up to the top. Let's build our momentum up here. We got 3 minutes. Get as much momentum build up top. Drop to the low side, and get that run. But they already go back to the low side here. Looks like they're gonna try to put a good timed lap here. As right now, this line is got Kevin Orlando Jr. in there also, who's in the ninth position, trying to put down a quicker time.
Yes, and as someone who has made the mistake of doing open qualifying before in my own league, I do believe when that timer runs out, whoever is out on the track has a chance or an opportunity to finish their lap they're running, if I remember correctly. So they're going to want to, it's about 50, just under 50 seconds to get around here in the draft, so they've got about 3 attempts left to put down a hot lap and try to get to the top of the board.
Yeah, I believe you're right about that, Ryan. I believe once if you start the lap before the clock ends, you should have the chance to get back around here in open qualifying. So just gotta time it right. We'll see what these drivers can do. But 2 minutes and 33 seconds still remaining here in this session as Stunnard and Height still hold on to that board. But look at that, Robert Rader and Orlando, they pulled a good lap off to put themselves up to third and fourth. We were just watching them do that. We'll see if anybody can get close. I mean, Stunnard and Heights, they just had one well of a lap.
Oh yeah, it's going to be tough to get close to that, like I said, and then just so everyone knows, they run 65% fuel in this league, and I was out on the track earlier running a few test laps just to try to get an idea about fuel mileage, and I want to say they can put about 12 gallons of fuel in the car, and that's going to estimate to about a 25 to 29 lap fuel window. So, and that I could be off a lap or two, but I'm pretty confident it's going to be 25 to 29, which isn't going to make a big deal in that in the first stage. That second stage is 30 laps, so you might see people laying back way in the pack trying to stretch it for that extra lap.
Oh, that's going to be very fun to watch. See that the fuel strategy comes into a picture here. As, yeah, I believe it would. I mean, 30 laps there, that's going to be tough to do on the amount of fuel load they have. And the biggest thing they'll have help is a few caution laps there at the end of this first stage. But other than that, I mean, it's still going to be a long distance of possibly 28 laps. So they're going to have to stretch these tanks out very far here. Is 1 minute left in qualifying. Still nobody able to come close yet, with even within a tenth of the top two, as Orlando Jr. still holds the third spot. As right now, 28 cars have took time. Only car not to take time is the 59 of Teddy Kramer.
Yeah, they got just under a minute left, and you got Stunnard, who is going through small world. I found out today that Stunnard and I live about 10 minutes from each other, and he had brought up the map, the radar, and he's got some nasty storms, and I'm like, oh well, I guess I got some nasty storms too. And so he's worried about losing power tonight, so that's going to be something to keep an eye on if he can handle the race. Right now, the skies look clear, and we're not having any trouble, so maybe it's going to miss us, but what a small world.
Oh man, that's the beauty of sim racing. It's such a small world sometimes. I had some very interesting stories before about how just randomly you're meeting people on the sim and finding out they're one of your neighbors almost. And now, oh wow, see what guys hitting, swerving down the back straightaway here as the time ends here to come into pit road. But looks like a few drivers still on a few laps, but don't know if anybody's gonna be able to set anything. Looks like the only two out there right now is Peyton Presley and Jacob Sekrovich as Orlando Jr. hits pit road. Yeah, so only those two on a timed lap. Stunnard and Heights probably looking pretty well off to hold this off, especially with the lap time these guys set down before. Looks like they'll be hitting pit road also. So that's going to bring it into qualifying. It's Justin Stunnard, hopefully nearing to miss the storms tonight and have no issues there, is going to sit on top of the board and bring home that pole as we take in the final 10 seconds of this session.
Yeah, not to mention the storms around his house, but the storm on the track too. He's not going to want to get any of those storms. They do get one fast repair, and then that's all you got. So maybe be a little aggressive and see what happens, but you definitely don't want to hit the storms on the track tonight either.
Definitely do not. This place is going to be a graveyard once we get through. I imagine a few guys are going to end up with a few bumps and bruises and probably a few bent fingers and hurt feelings as we go ahead and pull up our starting grid here tonight for the Underdog Racing League's Xfinity Series here at the Daytona International Speedway. First place is going to be Justin Stunner starting on the front row. Alongside him is going to be the 21 of Christopher Heights. Third is going to go to Kevin Orlando Jr. Fourth is going to be Robert Rader. Fifth is going to be Jason Finsler, our past series champion. Sixth is going to be Peyton Presley. Seventh is going to go to Dennis Steele. Eighth is going to go to Jeff Glover. Ninth is going to be David Buell. 10th is going to go to Parker Johnston. 11th is going to go to Justice Mercy. 12th is going to be Cody Dorsey. 13th is going to be Brad Ringer. 14th is going to go to Jacob Sekovich. 15th is going to go to Sean Huffstutler. 16th is going to be Marshall Wilson. 17th, Alan Bargain Quest. 18th is going to be Grant Thrope. 19th is going to be Scott Kerberg. 20th is going to be Nick Alves. 21st is going to be John Magner. 22nd is going to be James Loveland. 23rd, Dane Moyer. 24th is going to be Brett Somers. 25th, Trevor Earhart. 26th is going to be Eddie Wilmer. 27th, Matt Jobe. 28th, Dylan Walterman. And rounding out your field in the 29th position is going to be Teddy Cranmer, as that is your starting grid here tonight from Daytona. 29 cars strong. Cannot wait to get this season kicked off as we roll off a pit road. Looks like the 33 is third. Oh, there he goes. Gets going. Just hoping for no issues there as he gets rolling. We'll have a fantastic race ahead of us tonight.
Yeah, one thing to mention for all the viewers is if there's a caution in the last 5 laps of the stage, which the stage started lap 20 and lap 50, that will be the end of the stage. So where you're crossing the line is where you'll be for the end of the stage if there's a caution in the last 5.
Well, that also shakes it up. If they get a caution near lap 15, 16, then they're going to have a very long stage for the second portion, so that would definitely make the fuel interesting. So that can shake things up, but we'll have to see how it plays out here as we pace down the back straightaway. Stunner with a great lap to start up front. This is going to be a wild start here as we had open qualifying. Very fast times already being set down. These drivers getting used to the draft. Last week at the Clash, we've seen a lot of wild racing. I plan to see a lot more of that tonight.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. This is going to be fun. This is a real good group of guys, and we're going to go green here shortly, and hang on to your butts.
That we need to. On a turn 4 we round. Pace car is going to look to come in this time, and we're going to get it live here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. Race number 1 of the Xfinity Series here at the Underdog Racing League. Pace car is in. Barney is ready in the green flag. There he goes, waving that thing away as we go down the front straightaway across the line. Justin Stunner with a great start. Not a great start from Heights up top. The outside line dropping backwards as we head down to turn 1 with Stunner leading.
Yep, and you see guys starting to get low. I don't know what happened. Maybe Heights was caught sleeping there, but Stunner got a great start. And that inside row is off the grid.
That they are. Numbers forming down low, but here comes down the back straightaway Heights with a run. Looks like the help of the 53 of Robert Rader there up top, and Peyton Presley at the 11. Those three very quickly going down the back straightaway. We've seen the outside line be very strong and very comparable to the bottom throughout that Clash race. It's right now a lot of guys dropping that low line like you alluded to there, Ryan. But right now, that high line's looking to produce some nice speed. If we get a few more cars up there, we're going to have a pretty big train of 2 wide action, I believe.
Yeah, exactly, and that's the thing. That high line, personally, that high line is the preferred line. If you get enough drivers out there, you can just coming off the corner. You'll probably see it here with the 21 and 53. They'll get a run coming off this corner here, and they'll suck right up to that 33. It's just you need that extra car to help push and get you out ahead of you guys. Right here, here's the run.
And down the back straightaway here. Pulling the nose ahead. Is a dead even now through the corner. Heights and Stunner. That is our front row the way they started. Pretty much lined up how we started. Looking to run for the top side. Robert Rare, the 53, giving the great push here down the front straightaway. Heights going to lead this lap. A little bit, oh, too much. He might slide back in front of that 53. He's going to get put in the sucker hole. As he goes down, he
Oh
turns across the
no!
field, and there's going to be a caution here, a big one. As cars try to get slowed up, it looks like less than what we would have thought are going to get involved. Great job by a few guys getting slowed up, but definitely calamity here happening on lap number 3 here at the Daytona International Speedway. Man, oh man.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think the 21 just maybe thought he was clear. I heard some race chatter saying you weren't clear. 21's blaming himself for it, but it definitely looked like the 21 just came down thinking maybe he had room.
Yeah, you can see on the Freak Fast replay, wow. Multiple drivers involved, at least, I'd say at least 9 cars involved in this incident. And we rode on board there with Kevin Orlando Jr. Oh, man. Oh,
Us.
hopefully that race car is all right because that thing just flew through the air.
Hopefully he didn't hit his head on the ceiling.
Yeah, literally, that was some acrobatics there, but man, Justin Stunner, pole setter, leading the race, coming to the line there. They looks to get clear. The 21 comes down, and man, it's just unfortunate getting a lot of cars damaged there. Mistake by Heights, and he owned up to it. And man, that's unfortunate to start this early, as Robert Rader will take the lead from all that. It all transpired so quickly there.
Yeah, and not the way our champion wants to start out defending his title. I believe he was caught up in that too. He has no bumper.
As we can see, it does look like the 5 of Finsler. Front end completely gone. Our defending champion definitely not starting out Daytona strong here tonight in the opening 4 laps. To already looking to be using a fast repair. We'll see if he does use it. The thing is, he knows there's stages coming. If he can just stay on the lead lap, you can save it, because man, it's a risk to take it here early because you could get involved in something so quickly again. We'll have to see what these drivers who got damaged elect to do as they all come down here pit road. Also, Huff Stutler, our points leader, coming in tonight with the 10 bonus points. His car got pretty hurt and all that. As looks like a lot of drivers hitting pit road, but I believe Finsler elected not to use the fast repair. I think that's the right call with only having 1. You want to probably save that for later.
Yeah, that'd be my key. We got our first stage here, and it's 15 laps away when they cross the line here, and it'll be less than that when they go green. So if he can, even if someone else doesn't take a fast repair, you got 2 guys there. They're not going to be maintaining speed, but they should be fast enough to stay on the lead lap. I mean, that's almost 12 laps probably to go green. That's 12. It's going to be losing 4 seconds a lap. If you have someone else there in a draft with you, I think you should be able to stay on the lead lap, at least for this first stage.
Yeah, that's the way I'm thinking about this. You know, you could burn it and definitely stay up there, but if we do have another incident in a few laps, you never know how this race is going to play out. If we have another incident very quickly, you could be easily caught back up in it again, because you know, you're really not a safe spot here at Daytona. You think you can go to the back and get safe, but you got to drop way back to stay that safe, because really this place, anywhere it can bite you, man. It's just waiting for something to happen. Up front there was right what really happened, and man, I'm surprised we didn't have more cars there. That was just a really heads-up job by a lot of guys getting slowed up there in the corners.
Yeah, and you could tell that this isn't the same race as last week. Everyone was taking it easy for the most part, and it was just driver error. We've all been there. I've done it. And, 21 just thought he had room. He went to come down, and there was still a car there. And, not going to be ideal for a lot of guys who have damage now, but with the way they are with the fast repair, they're not out yet.
Never out till it's over. But the pace car lights will go out this time. Robert Rader going to be our race leader. Peyton Presley up to the 2nd position. But a lot of guys taking advantage of that caution there. Looks like Jacob Sekrovich there in the 3 machine. He's going to slide up to 3rd quickly. And he's got 5 bonus points from that class race last week. Marshall Wilton, he was a Talladega race winner last year. So or last season. So he's definitely got prowess on these plate tracks there in the 4th position. Parker Johnston up to 5th. And a lot of guys taking advantage of that wreck to slide up to the field.
Yeah, you see Sertovich is already up 11 positions. Of course, a lot of that had to do with that wreck, I'm sure. But, you know, he's got those 5 bonus points. Maybe get up there, get a lap led for another bonus point. And we already have 1 bonus point given out to the pole sitter. There'll be 1 for lap and 1 for most laps led. So these guys might want to maybe just sneak up there, stick their nose across the line, and then maybe dump back, play it safe.
Very well. Could be looking for those laps led as the pace car's in. We're going to go back. Green flag racing. There it is. Green flag back out. And great start from Robert Rader, but Peyton Presley up top. He's got a little bit more help from Marshall Wilson in the 23. Closer to his back bumper as they go down the front straightaway here, down into 1. The line's near even. Rader slides up the racetrack, but Presley looks to come out of 2 here with possibly the run.
Yeah, much better start for the outside line here. They got, looks like 6 or 7 cars out there now. And we got this little 3 wide. There, mid-pack.
Yeah, a little bit of action there forming in that mid-pack there, but it looks like it's sorted out back to double files. A few guys definitely bailing out. You can see a few drivers. It's a clear difference looking from the pack there from about, I believe that's about the 20th position on back, about 10 cars back there, really deciding to just ride it out here a little ways back. Is right there. Peyton Presley leads that lap over Robert Rader as we come across the line. Down into 1. Rader pulls back ahead with that inside line. It looks like the 3 getting closer, but Parker Johnston, a huge gap there on the inside line to the 3.
Yeah, and that's going to help this outside line on the backstretch with that 3 not being so close. If the 23 can get to the 11, they're going to easily go by that inside line there and probably dump down.
This is a great sight to see this great field here at Daytona here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting here at the Underdog Racing League. And look at this 17 machine here from Allen and the Tide machine. Right on the bottom here, working his way up.
While we have the 17 on the screen, I caught a glimpse of this. I know you didn't see it, Zach. But this race did say it had a sponsorship on it from Al, and it's the Do It for Dale 225. Now, we'll get clarification about that going forward if those are actually, you know, if those are race names that they're trying to get for the season for each race. But as it says in their Discord right now, it's the Do It for Dale 225 presented by Al. So,
what a beautiful car too to run in the race. These sponsors here at Daytona now running on that inside line in that lap 9 here in the 9th position on the bottom. So looking good as Walterman back in here in 99. We're focusing on him in the 11th position.
And if anyone was tuning in last week, it's great to see the 99 miss a wreck because he was in every wreck last week. So it's good to see that car is still in one piece.
Yeah, he had the Freaky Fast magnet in that thing. It could not miss anything in all those heats and stages. He just got caught up in all that stuff. So great to see them working the top. But, man, right now, this pack is gigantic.
Yeah. Yeah, we got Cody Dorsey there in the 84. He was also involved in everything. So hopefully there's signs of things to come with the 84 and the 99 people. But Zach, I'll tell you what, looking at that Tide car, it's bringing a little nostalgia. That was the first Xfinity paint I ever ran 11 years ago on iRacing.
Wow, that's pretty awesome, actually. That is really cool. I'm thinking back to the first paint I ran. Now that's a good question, actually. You know, I'd have to think back to that one, but you know, that's actually pretty cool because right now I'm kind of running a paint myself right now in my cup car, inspired by the Tide machine. So, and definitely is a cool looking paint scheme. And here's the right on board the 84 of Cody Dorsey. He gets right to the back bumper of Allen as we get on the back straightaway. As lap 11 here, you can see wild action here, too wide. Everybody being pretty cordial though, giving room, but still at the same time they're racing.
Yeah, we saw this that first run too before that caution. Just unfortunate that caution had to come out like that. But I feel much better racing, even though it's more laid back right now than it would be in the Cup car. Right now, you'd be single file, first 10 guys would be a gap, and then people would be spread out because if you lift a little bit, you lose the draft in that new Cup aerodynamics. So I'm happy to be watching Xfinity tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, these Xfinity cars are definitely a little bit more exciting to the eyeball for sure. As man up front, Robert Rader just used the power move with the help of Marshall Wilson in that 23 and the help of the 52 of David there to get past that number 11 of Peyton Presley. Now Marshall Wilson, he helped Rader up there, but now Wilson in the 23, he's going to drop down up front possibly with the help of David in the 52. What a push there. Nick Alves also coming into the picture in the 24. A lot of big movers here as people throughout this top 10, top 15 starting way out the side of the top 20.
Yes, and just to make a note, like I said, we're going to be learning teams, but that 23 car, as far as I know, he is a solo driver. He does not have a teammate. And Raiders up there, he's got Orlando in the 27, who we saw get a little airborne on that last wreck, and Jeff Glover in the 4 car are his 2 teammates. So we got about 7 teams of 3 in this league. And so we'll try to point them out when fit during the drafting, but so far, not much teamwork yet in the top 5.
As we come by to complete lap number 13. We'll have 7 to go here in stage number 1. Up front, though, Marshall Wilson pacing the field. As right now it starts to settle out. It looks like David Buell in that 5th, well, was in a good position as he crossed the line last time by, but they're on that outside line trying to fight back with the help of Nick Alves also up there. I also believe we got Trevor Earhart in the 25, Dylan Walterman in the 99. We got the 7 of Brett Somers up there. So a lot of guys trying to move the way forward here in this stage to get some points.
Yeah, and I'll note again with the teams, David Buell is actually teammates with our champion, Jason Fensler, and the 33, our pole sitter. So he lost both of his teammates in that first wreck, and so they're going to be in the back. He's not going to have help really until they do their fast.
Yeah, David Buell has been having a really strong pushing job done here so far, and I tell you, in the Class 2 department, he's doing a lot of good pushing in there too, so making a lot of fast moves. But one thing I'm seeing is kind of worrying me here as we close down to the end of the stage. Everybody's getting a little bit more wobbly there as Robert Rader makes the big move to clear down to the bottom to take the lead from Wilson. But yeah, a little bit more movement side to side, and that's where you're going to get accidents. But here as they come off of 4 when we complete lap 15, it's going to be 5 to go in this stage.
Yeah, we got, it's going to get chippy. I was interested to see how much these stage points are going to matter to these guys. Top 10, top 10 in descending order, just like in the Cup Series, will get stage points to go towards, I believe it's their regular season points. I don't think they're playoff. I could be wrong.
I believe they're just regular season points for them. So
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, so I believe that's how it works. We'll have to get more clarification on that. But yeah, right now the battle between the 52 and the 53 is very intense. The help of the 23 down below, the 24 up top. That's kind of weird. 53, 52, 23, 24 helping each other. This is kind of weird.
Yeah, that is a good observation. I didn't even realize that. But it's funny how it works sometimes.
Yeah, you've got the 25 there too. So they're gonna just make a whole number train here. This is some great action. It's really fun to see when these two lines are almost dead even like this, and it's just comes down to who makes the best pushes, the top or the bottom. And we're gonna have a great finish. I tell you that. I think we could have a definite photo finish for at least a stage or a race win here tonight.
Yeah, and we had last week. Remember, we had someone blow up second in line on the high side, and that just brings out the note. With about 3 to go, is when I'd stick my nose to that bumper of the car in front of me if I'm sitting second in line, and I'm not lifting for the rest of the stage. It was the I want to say it was Earhart. I know it was a 25, but last week we had two 25, so it was. I think the 61 also had a 25. So I can't remember which one of them it was, but I think it was I think it was Earhart.
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was the 25. Who there is in the top line, their third car up top. When we come by this time, 2 to go in the stage. I mean, something's going to have to give. Who goes 3 wide first? Does someone take a risk here at stage 1? Do you risk your race? Have you used a fast repair already? I mean, we had a few cars caught up in that. I mean, a few guys could have went ahead and burned it. But we'll have to see here with 2 to go. Looks like, oh, man, David almost clears the bottom there of Robert Rader, but he got to get back up high as Rader side drafts back by him.
Yeah, that's a smart move. It's only a stage win. It's not like it was last week where first place is everything and second place is nothing. So you can dip down there and make the risk if you want, but you got to think: is it worth it to lose that fast repair this early? As it looks like there's damage to the 52 rear end.
Yeah, he's been getting a good push there from the Alves. I believe that is come from the push there. Like you said, we could see somebody blow up possibly from all this there. But they're going to be taking the white flag here for the stage 1, as right now Robert Rader, the leader across the line. Actually, I believe it's going to be, actually, that was a dead heat there between them. So David well, he scored the leader. But down here through 1 and 2, it's a dead heat again. Man, does somebody else dip out, or do we stay like this? And like you said, seconds got some meaning here tonight. You know, you're going to get points, so definitely nothing to risk here too much. But does David pull down low? He's got clear down the back straightaway.
He's clear, but he's got, with that 24 on his bumper. I don't think he wants to. I don't think he wants to ruin that now. And then, as you see, the inside row has a run right now, but he's going to come right back coming off turn 4, and they're going to be a drag race here. As the the 24 can't get to the 52.
It looks like across the line, Robert Rader is going to win the stage. What a job by him in the 53 to pull it off after starting 4th. Missing that early wreck, he's going to win the stage over David Buell in that 52 machine. Marshall Wilson in 3rd. Nick Alves in the 4th position. 5th's going to go to Peyton Presley. 6th, Trevor Earhart. 7th's going to go to Jacob Sekovich. 8th's going to be Dylan Walshman. 9th, Brett Somers. And rounding out the top 10 is going to be Justice Murphy for the end of stage 1.
Hey, I'll give a shout out to that 99 Freaky Fast car anytime we got. Good job getting some stage points there, and let's go get him, 99.
And the one cool thing, you know, Ryan, we have been bringing up here, our producer just kind of brought up to me, is that now with the addition of stages, we have what we call the Freaky Fast Grand Slam. It will not happen tonight because Justin Stoner was our pole setter and he finished 19th in that stage. But pretty much what the deal is, you got to start on pole, win both stages, win the race, and you get the Freaky Fast Grand Slam because you pretty much did everything you possibly could in that race with a 3-stage event. So we'll see if anybody can do that throughout the year. But right now, it looks like the first event, it's not going to happen. It's Robert Rader is going to win it, and he started from that 4th position.
I remember hearing about that last week or the week before, hearing about the Freaky Fast Grand Slam, and maybe you or our producer can fill me in. But I think, has it only been one time?
Well, I believe it's actually happened twice. I believe it's happened twice, and it's very rare that happens. You know, some of the leagues don't have 2 stages to do it, so it doesn't. You know, some guys have won the pole, won 1 stage in a race win, but we haven't counted that as the Grand Slam. But definitely have had it at least happen twice, and it's a tough thing to do. But here we go, having pit stops here as the drivers hit pit road. Expecting this to happen here, and like our producer just said, we're going to definitely start logging that and trying to keep track of all the drivers who hit the Freaky Fast Grand Slam.
Yeah, and you know, I I'm a betting man, and looking at the numbers of Fensler from last season, I I have a feeling we're going to see a Grand Slam or two this season, and maybe it's someone who's dominant on a road course or someone who's dominant on a short track, or why not pick Fensler, the guy who dominated half the season last year and won the championship.
I think you're exactly right. I would not doubt that five machine being able to make a charge for that Grand Slam at some point in their season. I mean, someone else could too. I mean, we've had races this season where, I mean, back from last season, Loveland, he, stuck out as a driver who had some dominant performances. Trevor Earhart on the road courses that we went to last year, like Coda, he had some dominant performances there. So we'll see if anybody can pull off that Grand Slam, but it's such a tough thing to do to really to win that pole, win both stages, and then get that race win.
I will. Now, here's something interesting. Now, the third stage is going to be 40 laps. Second stage is 30, and I mentioned earlier the fuel window is about 25, not 29. But with them being under caution for the first couple laps here, they were worried today about being the lead car in the second stage and being a lap short on fuel, because when you're the lead car, you burn more fuel than being in the pack. But with these extra caution laps here, especially if another caution comes out, I don't think the lead car is going to have anything to worry about here in the second stage.
Yeah, if we stay green, I could see an issue for a lead car, but I think the rest of the field's gonna be pretty good. I mean, if anybody goes and tops off right now, they're good completely. They should be completely good to make it here, here on this lap as we're getting one to green. As a few guys are doing it. Looks like about three guys looking to do that, but yeah, I mean, right here it'll be interesting to see if they kind of play a cat and mouse game of like, I don't want to lead. So we'll see if someone's conscious of that or someone just wants to get out there and lead, and maybe they think they can save the fuel out front. But it'll be tough to do. We'll just have to see how it shakes out here. This is the beauty of stage racing and 65% fuel load. It should be fun to watch.
Yeah, you got to give a shout out to Stunnard, the admin of the league, setting it up this way. It's really going to put for an interesting race, with the stages being where they are and with the percentage of the fuel load here. He's really done a good job nailing it ahead of you.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. It's going to be fun to watch all the strategies play out. Can you make it? Do you decide to pit? If not, we'll have to see what works here in stage number 2. Stage 1 was won by Robert Rader there in the 53 machine. He'll lead us to green here in stage number 2. What does David Beal have side by side here with him in that 52 machine? Nick Alves there in third, Peyton Presley fourth. To round out your top 4 and first 2 rows as the pace car pulls in this time.
Green flag.
Robert Rader, green flag in the air. He gets a great start with the help of Nick Alves there in the bottom lane as it pulls forward here. The front 2 clear the top.
Yeah, and I'll quickly mention as we see them get up to speed here, those guys involved, anyone not familiar with iRacing, those guys involved in that first wreck, this caution, they were able to go down, maybe get some more damage fixed. I see our champion still doesn't have a front bumper, so he's got still some significant damage. But fixing your damage doesn't bring you back up to speed. It fixes it cosmetically. Maybe you get more aerodynamic. But if you got hit hard on that nose or you got some engine damage, you're going to be slow still until you take that fast repair. And clearly you see the champion who has not taken his fast repair yet, so we'll see how this stage shapes out for him.
Yeah, and I think that's a good call from him. If he could gauge the speed during that last run, and I think he feels pretty confident able to keep on the pack here, even with that front clip missing. As long as he stays in the draft, he should be all right. And don't go a lap down and get that fixed up at the end of the stage and go for a win at the end. And we'll have to see what he can do, but he definitely doesn't want to start Daytona in a hole. But if there's a driver that can climb his way out of a hole, it'll be him.
Yeah, and you see him getting passed up now. That's telling me his front end was pretty severely damaged there in that wreck. And I'll point out I was spotlighting his car when that wreck happened. I think his damage was only to that front end. I don't think there's damage to the sides or the rear. I think someone checked up in front of him and he had nowhere to go. So if he can get sucked up in a pack or be a middle car in line, he should be all right. But we got a wreck here on the front stretch.
Oh, big wreck up here in front of us. Jason Fensford getting it slowed down. Looks like the 27 Orlando Jr. Parker Johnston. Jacob Sikrovich, though, who had bonus points from last week. Also, the 59 of Teddy Cranmer there, as that brings out our third caution of the evening, second caution for a wreck. Man, oh man, I'm unsure exactly what happened. I have to go back and figure out where that all started. I believe it actually started around the 59 of Teddy Cranmer.
And I heard a few motors blow there, and you can get fast repairs will fix your car 100%. But if you blow your motor and you can't make it back to pit road, which is where this wreck was located, that's a long way around. As you see, the 59 gets turned into the 27. That's the second wreck for the 27 and the 3 car. I don't recall if the 59 was part of that first wreck or not.
I do not believe so. I believe he started from the rear of the field till he was able to make it, but yeah, just jumped out there 3 wide with the 3 and kind of came down once he got about a nose ahead of the 3. I don't know if he was trying to he thought he was going to time it to get clear of the 3, get in behind the 94 for that pass, but man, just a big wreck there involving multiple cars, and Orlando Jr. involved in that. Like I said, Sekrovich involved in that. So caution there, bringing it out at the start of this stage. That's going to help the fuel mileage. I think no more fuel worries for these drivers.
Exactly, and with them wrecking, I kind of was starting to touch on it, but anyone who blew their motor, which it looks like everyone was able to at least get around, but fast repair helps you fix your car, but if you can't make it to pit road, you got to take a tow, and at Daytona, especially from that spot, it's about 2 minutes. They'd go a lap or 2 down, possibly, so good to see that. I think everybody made it on. I don't see anyone sitting on pit road.
Yeah, I think most people actually made it through it pretty cleanly, other than a few bumps and bruises there. But looking out here on the YouTube side of things here, Ryan, we got, looks like around 15 viewers out there. So thank you everybody for tuning in here tonight on Freaky Fast Broadcasting. And the 5 people who hit that thumbs up button, if you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up button. Help us with the YouTube algorithm. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell button. We're up to 944 subscribers. We're nearing that 1,000, and we want to get there before the end of 2021, as we've been climbing steadily here with the help of all you fans out there. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Thank you for everybody who's tuning in live from iRacing Live there, as we are on there now with Freaky Fast Broadcasting. We got to thank iRacing for first of all, the wonderful product they put out for us here to be able to broadcast these races, but also the ability to bring them to you on iRacing Live. So thank you, iRacing.com. Make sure if you haven't yet, go check out iRacing.com. And like we've always said, there's free content out there. You do not have to buy any other content than the membership to get at least your feet, dipped in the waters, as they say, because then those waters can get pretty deep, as this simulation has many things available to you. But like we said, you get your membership and get your chance to try it out and see what you think about it. And like we said, lots of free content to try. So make sure you go to iRacing.com and check us out.
Oh man, iRacing.com. What a simulator, what a website, what a job the guys do at iRacing. Because I'll tell you what, everyone has played racing video games, but when I jumped on iRacing, I was blown away. And I'm talking 11 years ago. They've come such a far way, and just what a great simulator. And that free content you talked about, I still race I still jump into Legends every couple weeks because they're just such a fun car to drive, and that's part of the free content you receive with your membership.
That's exactly right. There's plenty of cars out there. I mean, even on the road side, the dirt road side, the dirt oval side. I mean, there's a lot of things out there available to everybody that you can go out there and try. And I implore you, if you haven't done it, please go out there and try it. Like we say, I would recommend a steering wheel, but there is people out there who do it with controllers. You can at least try it and get your feel for it. There's nothing wrong with that. So make sure you go out there and check it out. So again, thank you everybody for tuning in here, as we got some Xfinity racing action here with these beautiful cars, man. So Ryan, these cars put on one heck of a show. I'm really happy. The trucks were awesome last season. I know you weren't here with us, but the trucks were awesome last season. But these Xfinity cars are really my favorite car of the oval side of the things right now, just with the way the package is.
Yes, yeah. I fell in love with the trucks, and it was hard for me to transition to Xfinity when I finally got my B license. And since the more I ran Xfinity when I got up here, the more I loved it. The Cup car, it's just not as fun. You'd have to drive the 3 Series to see which one, to understand what we're talking about. But these Xfinity cars, the way they drive, the way it's more of a driver's car, the tight racing compared to especially the Cup now with the aerodynamics. The trucks are a little more loose. They got a lighter back end. They're still really fun to drive, but these Xfinity cars, I think, take the cake as we're getting ready to go green here.
Yes, we are. Pace car is in. Nick Alves leading the way into 24. Back green flag racing there as Alan Bargenquist there on the outside. And that time machine gets a great restart there in that 17. Great run down the front straightaway. David Buell there in the 52 on the bottom lane. Marshall Wilson up top. And look at Justin Stern. He's worked his way back into the top 5 after getting caught up in that wreck to start this thing. What a drive for him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he took his... I'm trying to remember. I know he got turned in front of the field, but I'm trying to think of the damage he took. Did he fix his car, or did he... Kind of looks like he might have gotten a fast repair there, so that's one thing to keep note of. He probably took his fast repair.
I believe he did. I'm gonna actually have to go back and check that. Yes, he did. He did take a fast repair.
Yeah, but so yeah, hopefully he can get back to the front. I think that's his game plan right now. Because you wouldn't want to be in the middle where he's at now without a fast repair. You'd either want to be towards the back of this pack or towards the front. So I think he wants to work his way towards the front and hope no one on the outside comes to try to fill his hole.
Well, we got a new player in the first 2 rows, and that's Brad Ringer, the 76 machine. He was a winner last season at Knoxville in the dirt race there. So Brad Ringer, very talented driver, working his way here on the outside line, pushing that 23 of Marshall Wilson past Allen on the bottom of the 17. Also got Huffsteller in the 94 there as our camera catches a glimpse with him, with Brett Somers in the 7, Cody Dorsey in the outside behind him. It's getting pretty spicy with some new drivers up front and some new names.
Yeah, and I see our champion is kind of mid-pack right now. I think I see a car without a bumper kind of keeping pace, or he was. Now he's starting to fall back. But he's holding his own right now. This is exactly what he needs until maybe we get this second stage over with here in about 17 and a half laps. And he's going to, no doubt about it, take his fast repair there.
Yeah, I think he's definitely, like you said, they're going to take that fast repair 100% at that stage. Just has to stay on the lead lap. That's going to be his goal here, to stay out of any more trouble, as he did a good job to position himself pretty much in the middle pack. Now he's got a few cars going around him back there, but he should be able to run decent laps still with those guys behind him. So that's going to help his calls out, as he's running about 3 to 4 tenths off the leader. So that's definitely a lot better, and won't go a lot down doing that.
Yeah, and that's the benefit of those cautions. It's not gonna fix his motor, but I'm gonna keep an eye on him. I believe when you lose your front bumper, and this is just a theory, it's a theory of mine, when you lose your front bumper or your rear bumper, a sign that you have your damage all fixed, I believe, is when your bumper goes back on. I think that is the last piece that goes on. I've noticed it when I've been involved in the wrecks I've been in. It's a theory I have, and that's how I tell when others around me have fixed their cars. So I'm watching that 5 car to see when he gets his front clip put back on.
Yeah, that is a true statement there, because the thing is also sometimes we get these weird, in the replays it shows differently. He could have a front bumper, technically for him, but for us, because we're watching the
Yes.
replay or spectating, it can show up as no front bumper. So he could have that damage somewhat fixed already, but sometimes it shows up with no front bumper, and you'll see guys go pretty fast without front bumper.
That is a very good point. That's not something to forget. The physical damage you see may not be what is perceived. Oh, and see the leader on the apron.
And it's a giant one. This is the big one. Can't everybody get woed up? We've seen already an incident happen up front, and the leader, Marshall Wilson, going around as they're continuing to wreck Alan Bargainquest up top.
And we see our pole sitter involved in that.
Yeah, and he's already used his fast repair and more damage again as we got that on replay. We'll have to go back and check it out. As Marshall Wilson in the 23. I believe he caught the apron as we're checking out here the incident after it's already transpired. It looks like a lot of the wrecking going on. There's a 76 going around, a Brad Ringer.
The one with heavy damage.
Yeah, the one.
David Buell.
Still. Yeah, David Buell getting into that. The 52 knocking his hood off.
I think our 99 is good. He came to a complete stop just in front of that 17 there, and he's going to go around him, I think. I think 99 got through another one.
Wow. What an incident there, and it all happened just so quickly. And like I said, I believe Wilson just caught the apron a little bit, and that'll upset the race car. And when it did, Brad Ringer couldn't check up in time, caught the rear end of him, and that caught Alan Bargainquest, sending Huffstetler up in the wall, who barely got through that. I mean, Huffstetler got sent up into the wall, but luckily missed the majority of that as Wilson slides down the racetrack. I mean, that is just a crazy wreck here in stage 2 as we'll re-rack them back up here as they'll get ready to head down the pit road, I believe, here and get these cars worked on.
And you see our champion come rolling through there slowly, so no harm, no foul to him. He's going to be continuing to fix that car, and that's what he wants to see. He wants to see more damaged cars, more people having to use their fast repair, because then that's just meaning more people are going to be driving cautiously at the end of the race, preferably.
Yeah, I mean, that's how it works out for him. I mean, for him, especially not using one, you're going to want to see at least a few guys get caught up in one. And now, you know, your competition out here hurt. I mean, think of Justin Stoner, who used his under that last at first wreck. Wasn't as bad a damage as he's got now, so possibly could have took that repair damage and been using that fast repair now, but wasted it in that first wreck. And now it's just having to get the old-fashioned repairs used through his crew, and that's not going to be as good as the good old fast repair.
Yeah, and I'm curious how much damage he got. It didn't look like he had too much, but it was one of those things where he was just getting bumped around, and so it might have done enough damage. And I noticed our producer had the onboard cam of the bikes for trikes car, and I did notice they have they do have a bikes for Tykes charity race at Iowa coming up just before Thanksgiving. So I just want to give a shout out to the Bikes for Tykes.
Yeah, that is a really cool thing they do, and like our producers bring it up to us, they do that every year here at the Underdog Racing League, and it's really, really cool thing they do. So shout out to the Bikes for Tykes. Well, looks like we'll re-rack them back up here. Pace car lights are also, we're going to be 1 to green here. Huffstetler up front in the 94. He's got a little damage, but John Magner, who's on the outside row with him, he's got a lot of right front damage there. That car will probably be a little bit down on pace. He should be able to hang in the pack, but I don't know how that car is going to lead the line.
Yeah, and Magner in the 15, he's looking for a team. So you racers that are going to be watching this back, you guys trying to put together a team, you know, he's up here in the front row right now. He's putting a strong case for being a good teammate.
Also got to give John Magner a shout out too, because he's definitely I don't know if anybody's seen before, one of his sponsors he's had on his truck last season was pitstoppicks.com, and that's his website with his brother where they do fantasy NASCAR advice. And I gotta say, it's very good advice. So make sure you go check them out. They do the research, and man, they got some good insight on fantasy NASCAR, DraftKings, everything. NASCAR.com, fantasy. I mean, from everything you could want. So definitely go check them out, and a great website there at pitstoppicks.com.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to pinch myself because I see that 5 car with no bumper still right there in the 4th row all of a sudden. He just, I don't know how he does it.
And I mean, that's all he's got to do here is survive to lap 50. And right now, getting there. I mean, even if he's involved in a wreck, yeah, exactly, 11 to go. And even if he's involved in a wreck, he's still got a faster pair. So doing a great job there of the 5 on the defending champion. But we're back green flag racing is Sean Huffstutler, the man who came in here with the points lead after getting 10 bonus points at the Clash last week here at Daytona. He'll start with the lead, but look at the help of Justice Murphy. They're off and away, building a gap back to Trevor Earhart, who also has 5 bonus points in the back pocket. As looks like the bottom line's starting to form up.
Yeah, so you're gonna get 94 is gonna get another bonus point. He's just gonna keep racking them up here early on. And, we'll call it speed weeks. Why not? You had the Clash. Now you have Daytona. Next week we got the road course, which is going to be a lot of fun. And Huffstutler's just racking up the points in the early going.
That he is, man. He's going to get these laps led, get those to help him out. Also, look at Robert Rader working the outside line by himself. He's almost side drafting his way forward. He's working. Look at that, using the side. He's going to pull him back here, man. No help, and he's drove all the way to 2nd. Can he get up to the quarter panel of Huffstutler? We'll have to see here down into 1. Looks like he'll start to lose some ground, but it looks like he's going to try to pull back that 9 again. This gets dangerous, though, getting that close to each other this early in the going.
Yeah, and I touched on it last week. These Xfinity cars, they get the biggest run by the, if someone cuts outside, and now the outside line's going to try to form. These Xfinity cars get the biggest run out of any series, in my opinion. And you can get up there by yourself, but you're going to need that second car if you're going to want to get around them and get clear.
And here comes the help for Robert Rader. Looks like he'll be getting the help of the 48 of Parker Johnston up high. James Loveland in the 56. He's also breaking into the picture. Brett Somers up top, Christopher Heights up and outside line 2, and right on board with Loveland. You can see a little bit of a checkup there. That was pretty wild stuff there through 1 and 2. As the 53 loses a little ground here down the back straightaway, can he pull himself back as the outside line starts to form?
Yeah, you're starting to see the guys that were up front last week. The race from 48 to 25 to 94. 3 you could throw in there. He's sitting in 7th place right now. They were all up towards the front at multiple points in last week's Clash. So you're starting to see those guys take advantage of these wrecks and work their way forward.
Right now, Robert Rader, they're taking the lead. Parker Johnson on the outside. That outside line has just been so strong. It seems like that's the place to be, but Robert Rader, he used the bottom line to win the stage, and now he drops down there again. When we come by this next time, it'll be 8 to go in the stage. Can he win both stages? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, that'd be a great way to start. One thing to notice, we're talking about the front or the outside line being so strong, and you see them, they almost seem like they're just a door behind. And if you're watching, if we get a view of this line, it's almost like the outside line is ahead at the line, and so that's going to be something these guys are going to want to start working on. Is this inside line worth it? Yeah, we're ahead like they are right now. They're ahead through the front stretch after the line, through turn 1. Now, when you come off turn 2, the outside line doesn't get as much of a run as it does forward. They still are lagging behind, and these guys on the inside, they're ahead right now. But if that front guy on the inside can't clear the outside on that final lap to maybe put a block or slide up or do what he has to, right now, the whole entire lap, inside's been ahead. But watch what happens when they come across the line. That outside line will have a nose on the inside, and that's the only time you need to be ahead on the last lap.
That's exactly right. Cross the start finish line is going to be the only time that matters. And there, look, just as
here they come, right there.
Johnston at the line. He'll lead the lap. by 5 thousandths of a second over Robert Rader. Rader immediately pulls back ahead. But like you said, at the line, that's all that's going to matter as we're going to be nearing here. 7 to go. Cut next time by 6. This is going to get pretty wild here as Somers drops down into 7. Now just the top 2 of Johnston and Loveland up top.
And I'll note again, as I did earlier, Loveland, defending champion of this race. He won the, I believe it was the 4th race last season, but nonetheless, it was the Daytona day race. So he is a defending champion of this race. And as you can see, the outside line just dying without any help there for that lap.
Oh, and Huffsteller jumps up to the top in front of Johnston. He has to check up a little bit, see if he can get that working. That's going to give Murphy the bottom behind Robert Rader, with Somers sliding up to 3rd in line. Let's see if Huffsteller can do a good job up top here with 6 to go, coming to 5.5 as we go down the back straightaway. Robert Rader still holding on to this here as he's our stage 1 winner, positioning himself for here, possibly a stage 2 win.
That'll be 5 to go this time by. He's sitting in a great spot. Just glancing down, still not much to go with the teams yet. So there hasn't really been any team racing quite yet. I know we had an early wreck that kind of hurt anything from developing, as we see the 9 jump up to the outside in front of Huffstetter.
Justice Murphy making the move up top. He'll look to have possibly to run down the backstretch here as they come off a 2. Huffstetter to the back bumper. Raider trying to get up there to side draft the 9. Does the 9 pull down here? Yes, he does, but is he clear of the 53? Yes, he is. As closes that door. And man, he was clear by a hair.
And then 9 just came over the radio. Spotter cleared me, so I had to go. And the 53 is going to come right back around. And I was going to state that. I didn't think he was going to there, but 9 car did. And I was going to mention, I thought he went, you could pull that off going into 3, but he tried pulling it off going into 1, and the outside just isn't that strong off 2. If he would have done that going into 3, he would have left Raider dead in the water.
Yeah, and you see Raider made the immediate move back up, and Raider having some connection issues up front, but it looks like a clear up for him as Murphy giving him the push down the back straightaway. This time by here will be coming to 3 to go. Can they formulate anything? Raider has been able to fight off any type of fight they've given to him as he fights along on the bottom lane.
We're going to come up to 3 to go, and I believe they're going to have a lapped car coming up. Someone just radioed they're going to try their best to stay out of the way here. So we'll see if it's yep, there he is. He's going into 1 now. Oh, he's dropping to the apron.
That is Cody Dorsey. Letting Phil by. Good call from him to let everyone by. As at 3 to go. Robert Raider holding on to this. Justice Murphy directly to the back bumper. Brent Somers in 3rd. Sean Huffstetter jumps down to that bottom lane in 4th. And right there, Parker Johnson leads the outside line. They're the 5th car back. Can they get some formulated? Murphy looking to the outside as we coming out of 4 this time to come to 2 to go.
Yeah, you're going to need people in that high line when it comes down to the crunch time to be confident that that front line is going to be up there. Now, we got 2 to go. The 7's going to come out and help. But if that 7 didn't come out and help, I still believe that 48 would have gotten up there in time with all the side drafting that these cars do. And that's what it's going to come down to at the end. You saw Huffstetter abandon the high line and go down low. And I think he would have been better off staying up there, falling back a little bit, and then having the draft suck him back forward. It's a slingshot effect, and it's huge in these cars.
Coming down the back straightaway here. A dead even heat between the top 2. Brett Somers trying to pull a nose ahead of Robert Raider as they go through 3 and 4. They'll be going through a white flag this time. Parker Johnston almost to the outside of Somers. He's on the door of Murphy. Murphy comes up. They wreck,
they're going to get turned.
and Somers saves it. Huffstetter goes around the caution. Possibly will be coming out yet for no caution, but multiple cars spinning. There it is. Caution is out, and that's the end of stage number 2. We're within 5 laps of the end. And Robert Rader is going to win this stage.
He'll take the first 2 stages. That's 20 points for him, and he's having one great start to this one.
What a start to this season for the 53 of Robert Rader. Getting great points here to start off as he comes around. 3 and 4, looking to get to the pace car. Loveland's going to come by in second. Johnston in third. Heights in fourth. Dylan Walterman in fifth. Alan Bargenquist in sixth. Seventh is going to be Sean Huffsteller. Eighth is going to be Trevor Earhart. Matt Job ninth. And rounding out the top 10 will be Jacob Sekrovich.
Yeah, and this caution coming out a lap earlier than anticipated. I mean, they were already going to have to pit in this last stage anyways, with it being 40 laps. I was going to make a note that maybe they could stretch it if that caution comes out at regular time, but that's 10 laps at Daytona. I would have been way off.
Yeah, now the big question is how are they going to do the rest of this race? With under 40 to go now, do they split it in halves? You're not going to make it to the end for sure. We know that. But how do you split it? Do you come down right as soon as you can make it, take less fuel, no tires? There's a lot of things you could do to make a little bit more time gain by doing your pit strategy differently. So I'm interested to see how these drivers play out this next stage. But you are taking a risk pitting by yourself if you do.
And that's where it's going to benefit being a team. You want at least 3 drivers. Whatever you do, you want 3 drivers. That's where you make the most time. 2 drivers, yeah, you're drafting, but that third car really, really pushes the times that much lower. And it's going to be interesting. I mean, some guys can get it calculated to how much fuel they need to finish to the end. And at Dega, there's not much tire wear. Daytona, you get a little more tire wear, but I still don't think tires are huge here, especially in the Xfinity. So do you come down and just take fuel whenever you're getting ready to run out?
Yeah, that's the good question. I think you got to do the fastest thing. I think the fastest thing's going to win is it looks like Alan Bargenquist going to win the race off of pit road in that 17 machine. As it looks like we did get confirmation from our producers that we're hearing at 5. And Jason Finsler there, as he pulls off pit road, he does get his fast repair, so he'll get that car fixed all up. We'll see what our past champion from last season can do, as he's got a fixed race car now. Done a great job to salvage with that broken race car up to this point. Hopefully can navigate cleanly to get himself near a safe spot.
And there might be some people who have a little damage. I'll take the 33 right there sitting in second, for example. He already used his fast repair, but for the people who haven't used their fast repair and they have damage somewhat like the 33 does, they might hold off and just maybe when they come down the pit, they're like, hey, I'm not fast enough to be up front, not fast enough to win, but I'm fast enough to keep up with the pack. Maybe I wait another 30, 35 laps, and when I come down to take my fuel, that's when I do my fast repair. The 5 didn't have a choice. He's way off the pace, and he doesn't want to take the risk of losing the draft, and it goes green from here on out. He's screwed. But for the guys that have damage, and they can sit in the pack and just ride it out, they might not have taken their fast repair yet.
Yeah, this part of the race here could go 2 different ways. We could see it go really calm here to start, or do guys start trying to position themselves up front because they know they've seen wrecking already. But the next few big wrecks that we get, I think that's when we're going to see a few guys drop out of this race due to people using their fast repairs and getting caught and stuff, and maybe getting terminal damage. As we're right on board, I think that's 33 Stunner. I don't know what his issue is.
They were just talking about it. So Justin pitted just before the caution came out, so he could be the leader to start stage 3. But what has happened is iRacing froze the field at the end of the stage for the caution. So it doesn't matter what you do under this caution, you're going to be where you were when the caution came out. Is what they're talking about right now in the race chat.
Oh wow! So he's going to drop back here in the 33, lose his track position, and what he just tried did not work for the 33. Just hasn't worked out for him now. As I believe he just got extended.
They're trying to
yellow.
they're trying to figure out the race order right now. As you see, the 99 is up to fourth. It is a little weird because you got Raider, although the leader can pick inside or outside, and maybe Raider picked the outside. And the 17's back up in front after being involved in that last wreck too. So they're trying to sort out the field right now. There's some confusion in the race and some confusion up here in the booth, but I think that's what happened. I think iRacing froze the field when the stage ended.
Yeah, I believe that's what it looks like happened. I believe Alan Bargain Class should be our leader as he won the race off of pit road. So he should be the leader as Rob Raider got second there off. But look who's up the third. Jason Finsler with that damage. Got it fixed now. He's in the top 5 as we're seeing. I believe this now will be 1 to green technically because we got that extension. And we'll see where do the drivers start. I mean, it's definitely interesting right now. Maybe having some scoring issues.
Hey, the cleanest car in the field right now is that 99, and we need to get some more freaky fast cars out there. He's dodged all the wrecks so far, and I don't think he hasn't had to use the fast repair. He's got to go win this thing.
Well, Walterman's done it before. Wouldn't put it past this guy to be able to go and win. Won at Bristol before us last season. It was very good there. If he can tame a track like that, he could come here tonight and get himself win up to 4th now. So that's going to be a good starting spot. Dennis still also on the 1. He had major damage early in this race from that first caution. He's up now, up in the top 5 after starting 7th. So that's good to see for him. Marshall Wilson was leading, got involved in a wreck. Eddie Wildermuth, he's made an appearance up here in the top 7. John Magner, after his damage, Peyton Presley 9th. Nick Alvis running our top 10 as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing here as the pace car is going to take the left-hand turn down to pit road. Alan Bargainquist leads us to green. Crosses the line with a good little gap. Finsler pushing him. Can Jason Finsler get his first lap sled of the season? We'll have to see.
I just want to shout out, as if you already needed another reason to love Taco Bell. But that 81 Taco Bell machine is our freaky fast teammate. In the 99, the 81, and the 88, who is maybe sitting in 12th, I think. Oh no, that's the 89 and 12th. So the 88, I don't think made the race tonight. In the that's Ian Baker. He's also their teammate, but in this race, we're rooting for the 81 to push that 99.
I'll tell you what, Ian Baker not being here, that's definitely interesting. He was a threat each week in, week out last season. We'll have to see if he comes to the Xfinity Series as this season continues on, but teammates becoming more of a factor right now as Jason Finsler, he's took the lead with the help of Robert Raider as Marshall Wilson tries to take it back with the help of Walterman up high. We're seeing some great racing action here.
Yeah, and Fensler doing what Fensler does. You know, he's in the back, damage. He gets it fixed at the yet to be seen, but we like to think it was the right time. Gets the damage fixed, and now he's up front there as the 99 is pushing Wilson. And we'll see if that outside line can get going and challenge him. But oddly, the field is kind of spread out for Daytona right now.
Yeah, somewhat spread out here right now as we got through this restart. And we'll see if the field starts to close back up. But we've got a poll out there in the YouTube chat. Everybody check that out and see which manufacturer will win this race here tonight.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if maybe something happened mid-pack to separate these guys a little bit.
Yeah, it maybe could have had some type of checkup or some type of incident there on that restart that we just didn't catch. Because, yeah, I mean, There's definitely a gap for him there back from that 10th position, or really the 11th position back to that 12th position.
Yeah, and producer says I was cracking a little bit. Just bear with me. We do have some weather coming through here finally, so hopefully the 33 can finish up this race, but we got some weather coming through, so if you hear me crackling, my apologies.
Hopefully the weather can hold out here at Daytona. It looks like the weather's going to be very beautiful here as 101-degree track tip right now, very hot and slick. Looks like Bargain Quest down the back straightaway at the 17 is going to get the help of the 53 of Robert Rader to get himself to the lead. What a push there from the 53. And I tell you what, the 53 really has been the guy to watch, I'd say, all race.
Yeah, he's been up front every time you look, and you've got the 99 and the 81 on the inside. That's the first glimpse of teamwork working here in the front. You got them sitting second and third on the inside there. We'll see if other teams start to form up and make that final push here.
Through 3 and 4 here. The push from the 53 to Jason Finsler down the back straightaway. He's going to be able to clear to take the lead. The 53 of Robert Rader clears also. They jump down to the bottom. Somewhat of a checkup there for the 17s, almost sliding back into the 99. Almost an incident there. And our field has bunched back up as that pack is caught back up.
And there looks to be a wreck off 4. Maybe they get together. Going to be one through the infield, but good job keeping it straight there. And now they're going to want a caution to get bunched back up, but they're going to fall back.
Yeah, I believe Matt Job, Sean Huffstutler there, and Jacob Sekrovich they're involved in that, and they both got all got checked up and lost the pack. And we'll have some work to do now, hopefully for something to happen. Oh, Robert Rader has a moment out in front of the field as the lead keeps changing hands back and forth down the back straightaway as these drivers' pushes are really starting to turn into shoves. As we come through the tri-oval here on lap 60, complete this lap. 30 to go. Pit stop's going to be near here very soon. When does the drivers elect to do it? We'll have to see as they race side by side down the road.
And yeah, as we come to cross the line here on this next lap, we'll be starting to get into the pit window of these guys to make it to the end. So we'll see. You got the 89 who was involved in that incident there. He went through the pits to avoid wrecking, so he's trying to get a black cleared. And sure enough, Justin does clear that black flag, so he's going to be good to go. And hopefully they can get back in this thing.
Yeah, Matt Job there looking to have a good run here tonight. Not going to start off well as he had a great end to the Truck Series season as he got a couple podiums to end it all out. As we're looking here, the 4 of Jeff Glover getting a big run behind David Buell in that 52 as they slice their way up through the top line, trying to make their way up back up to the front as there are 2 drivers who are definitely strong in the beginning portions of this race.
Yeah, and that 4 car, I believe the 4 car was, as you see the 94 getting going a lap down there. The 4 car was involved in that first wreck, and I believe he must have taken his fast repair under that last caution because he was riding around in the back with the 5 car most of this race.
And I believe those 2 are teammates too, so makes sense for them to be riding around together. Finsler up front now. We'll see if the 4 Jeff Glover can get up to him. But right now, up front, Alan Bargenquast taking the lead back from that 17th start position back up to first. He's had a heck of a race. He's looking to win the race he sponsored.
Yeah, and just to correct you, partner, the 4 car is teammates with the guy who's been dominating this race, the 53.
Oh.
So maybe he can get. He's got a lot of cars between him and the 53. The 27 is also their partner, and the 27 has been involved in a couple incidents this race. So curious to see if he can get up there. believing he has. Oh yeah, and he's actually, as the scroll goes, he's officially out now. So that last incident there finished the night for the 27.
Yeah, Kevin Orlando Jr. night over for that 27 machine, but teammates Robert Roeder and Jeff Glover in the 4, both still in this thing in the final stage. We cross the line next time by. Will be 36 to go. That's nearing. Really. Well, I'm sorry, 46 to go. So
26 to go. There you go.
yeah, nearing the point of where we can make it on fuel. When do these drivers stop? That's going to be the big question. Or do they think the caution's going to come out?
Yeah, and when I was testing on the track earlier, I could go 25 laps by myself, and you burn a lot more fuel being by yourself and being that front car. But with this pack, I'm thinking 25 is the golden number. You can stretch it to make it 29, 30 laps, being deep in the pack. And the reason that is because you're only half throttle, 3/4 throttle for the majority of the lap, while the front guy is full throttle trying to keep pace. So after this next lap or two, we might see guys start to dip down early, maybe get their teammates together just so they can get away from the havoc of the pack and just ride with their teammates who they're most comfortable with, and just push and maybe outpace the pack for when they decide to come in, and everything cycles through. Maybe they're 5, 6, 7 seconds ahead of the pack, and they're just off for a Sunday drive.
Well, it looks like Finsler has took the lead, and with 25 to go here, right before we get ready to head off into pit stops, we're going to head to a small break here for a commercial break here, Freaky Fast Broadcasting, and we'll be back in a few moments. All right, we are back here, everybody, and man, oh man, while we were under commercial break there, we got a wild wreck to bring out the caution here with 20 to go. And man, looks like it involved some of our top runners, the 17 Allen Bargain Quest. Looks like it started right around there. As you can see, the carnage transpiring here at the Daytona International Speedway. And you'll see right here, it looks like the 53 Robert Raider there into the back bumper of that 17. And he's going to lose it, go around. And from there, you're going to see a lot of tennis still somehow getting through there. Oh, and look at that. There goes down. The racetrack is the 15. And that's going to be a huge hit for a few drivers. Man, oh man, a
Yeah,
lot of people involved in this one.
and I hate to say it, but I see a handful of guys that were involved in that had already used their fast repair. Now, how Steele got through that? Maybe it was iRacing way of saying, hey, you hit them so hard, we're just gonna let you go through them. And be one, turn two cars into one. It sounds like someone else just blew up right there. Is that the Dollar General car, or was he just checking up? It looks like 17 is going to be out of the race. He just left. He just left the lobby. He had already used his fast repair, so he's done. I saw the one maybe got lucky and they didn't give him damage. The 33 skated through that with minimal to no damage. I think he didn't even touch anybody.
Oh man, Robert Raider, he got involved in that. Remember the 53? He's won both stages. He gets his fast repair, then comes back out and lost connection to the sim, and he's dropped out. So his race is going to go up in connection lost smoke. So it looks like
Oh man,
this is going to change everything up. All drivers hitting pit road for their final time tonight. Man, this race is going to get wild now because everybody's got plenty of fuel to make it to the end, plenty of fuel for green, white checkers. This is going to be a wild finish here down to the end with not a lot of guys left with fast repairs.
my heart sinks for Raider as he just connected, so he might, depending on his internet speed, he might be able to make it back here and not lose a lap, or maybe lose one lap. But God, if this really is, if this is really hurting him for a couple laps, my heart's gonna sink. Dominating the first two stages, he just used his fast repair after finally getting caught up in one of the wrecks, and he gets disconnected. That's just that's hard. And then he has to sit for it, not for 1 week, unless he's a road racer. You gotta think, a lot of these guys on oval aren't road racers, so they hate going to the road. So maybe he sits for it for 2 weeks before he can finally get another good chance and a good race, and that would eat me alive.
Oh man, it would totally be a tough break for him. I believe if he can connect quick enough, I think he'll be just 2 laps down. Right now, he's 1 lap down, but has yet to get in that race car yet. So he's connecting. We'll see what his like I said, how fast he can connect. Hopefully, the speed is pretty quick there for him to get reconnected. As I believe he will. He may end up just being 1 lap down here, and if he gets lucky, I mean, but at the same time, he could be taking a tow here technically. The pace car right now coming out of turn 2, I think he'll be all right. He may just go that 1 lap down. That is going to be somewhat of a break for him in the 53. If we get a caution and he works his way into a lucky dog spot ahead of Sekrovich there, Huffstutler in the 77 and Grant Thrope, he could still have a shot at this thing.
Yeah, he would need to get going now though, because they're doubled up. They're doubled up, and so they're going to be going green here. He's not going to be in any pack, so he's going to get overrun anyways.
Yeah, he's still waiting for that tow, so looks like it may push him to 2 laps down. And like you said, he's not going to get up to speed with them here. This is going to go from bad to worse for him. may end up going 3 if he doesn't get going here soon. As we'll be looking to take the green this time. Dennis Steele in the 1 with 18 to go, coming to 17 to go as we take the green. All these cars hitting pit road. Nobody's going to have any issues fuel-wise. This is going to be a race to the end for the win here for the season opener here at the Xfinity Series for the Underdog Racing League.
Yeah, 17 to go. You see the inside line really getting going, and as they come through 1 and 2, the 53 of Raiders coming off pit road now. So he's going to be a couple laps down, may fall free. And I don't know how Justin would feel about it. I know some guys, when something unfortunate like that happens and it's out of anyone's control, nothing bad happened, and it's just a disconnect and he reconnects right away. The next caution, sometimes they wave you around. I don't know if Justin's that type of guy. I don't know if that's this type of league, but I'm crossing my fingers for Raider to at least have a chance here.
Well, as we cross the line, 16 to go, lead to Justice Murphy. Jason Finsler, though, with the help of the 24 Nick Alves down the full straightaway. He'll take the lead as they go into 1. It looks Parker Johnson slides up in the 48. Man, oh man, what a run here from our past season champion of Jason Finsler. He's got the help of the 24. He's looking to get him clear to possibly drop down. That may be a friendly car he's looking to get hooked up with.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Well, I'm not surprised, but I'm seeing not too many guys. The 81 Taco Bell machine going in the middle, going 3 wide. I'm surprised there's not that many guys on the inside line here.
Yeah, Justin.
That's the 33 going through the middle. Sorry, I thought it was the 81.
Yeah, Justin Stunner bullying his way through here. That 33. He's now got to the back bumper to 24. And I believe, remember, he is teammates with Jason Finsler in the 5.
Yeah, you'd be correct. Him and the 52. I don't see the 52 in the picture. He's all the way back in 19th, at the very back of this pack. But yeah, I think the 33 took advantage of the 48 going high. I think the 48 actually got loose and slid up the track, and the 33 said, "You know what? I'm hammering. I'm going to the front. I don't want to be sitting in the middle no more."
And he just drove right through the field as they checked up, slicing through the middle. Remember, he's sat on the pole looking to get the win here. What a way that would be to start the season for Justin Stunnard. After not able to get the win there in the Truck Series, came close many times. But man, oh man, down in the 1, Finsler holding on to the lead. He was out of this thing early, fought through the first 2 stages. Now up front with that quick repair. With the help of the 24 Nick Alves, that top line looking pretty strong.
We got some teams starting to form here. You got our beloved 99 and 81 there. They're side by side right now. The 11 and the 9 on the inside row. They are teammates as well. Justice Murphy in the 9 and Peyton Presley in the 11. They got a car between them right now, but and clearly it's Steele, who we saw go through a guy on that last caution. Clearly he did not get damage from that, so that was a little iRacing hiccup, pull, if you will, on getting it through a wreck. You just pedal to the metal, hit the guy as hard as you can, and sometimes iRacing just won't even register it.
Yeah, sometimes you get very lucky with that, my friends. And right now, looking at the poll we had, it's a tie between Chevy and Ford to get that victory tonight. We got 5 votes. If you're out there watching, make sure you hit that poll and select which manufacturer you would like to see or you think is going to win. At the moment right now, it's a fight between the Chevrolet down low, Justice Murphy, and the Toyota Supra of the 5 with Jason Finsler up top. Looks like the Supra going to pull ahead here as we're going to cross the line with 12 to go. Can they keep it clean and green to the end? That's going to be a tall task, because this race is going to pick up intensity each and every foot they cross.
I want to point out, so the front row is teammates with the third row. The 5 and 33 are teammates, the 9 and 11. Now, that's interesting, because when they come out to the final laps, if they stay in this order, that 1 and that 24, they're going to be thinking, is this guy behind me going to jump out if I go with? And if they do go out there, that 11 is going to suck up to that 9, or the 33 is going to suck up to the 5. As now Fensler's sitting gold. His teammate just 24 dips down low, and that 33 is going to suck right up to Fensler. Now Fensler's sitting real pretty.
Teammates hooking up on that outside line. Jason Fensler with the help of his teammate Justice Stunner and our pole setter. See, these two can lock bumpers and get up there, but Nick Alves said, you know what, I have a shot to get up to the lead. He took his chance, jumped down in front of Justice Murphy, and now he has a shot this win with 11 to go. It's any man's game, though, here at Daytona. Anything can happen.
Yep, throw the fuel mileage out the window. Most of these drivers have thrown their fast repair out the window, and we're going to see. Some of these guys might have to throw their britches out the window by the end of this one if there's a big wreck.
That's going to be an interesting sight to see here as we come off of 4. What a battle we're having, though. Fensler with the help of Stunner and Johnston up top with Walterman 4th in line and Joe 5th in line. The pushes are getting stronger and stronger. You can already see the damage to the back bumper of the 24 as we ride on board with Justice Murphy down into 1 here. You can see how close it is. Ooh, the caution is out here.
What did it come out for?
Ooh, looks like Trevor Earhart in the 25, possibly. Scott Kerberg. Multiple cars involved in this. Cody, I think. Oh, no, not sorry, Cody Dorsey, but yeah, Trevor Earhart and Kevin Orlando Jr. there. Man, oh, man. I have to go back on the Freaky Fast replay here and see. You're going to see a little bit of contact between Orlando Jr. and Earhart. That's going to bring out this yellow. And Sekrovich there in the 3 going to be involved. Multiple drivers. And I believe the driver who's going to get the wave round, it looks like it's going to be Sean Hostetler.
Well, that's going to be an interesting thing because Hostetler was actually involved in that 25. But I don't think he's going to get the wave around there.
It's just see if he got a contact there. I know he somewhat went through the nose there. Just didn't look like no contact was made. But we'll have to see if it gives it to him there. But if not, it could give it to Robert Rader because Sekrovich was involved in it also. So if Rader gets it, that's going to put him back to 1 lap down. And with 9 to go, if we get another caution, he can fight to a lucky dog spot. It's still a chance.
Yeah, and I'm rooting for the Walterman in the Freaky Fast car, but and he's sitting up there pretty. I love seeing him in the top 10, fighting, battling for a top 5, and anything can happen in Daytona. But I'm really rooting for Rader to get back on this lead lap. So I'm glad one comes out now with 9 to go. Kind of random that it happened in the back of the pack, and the 27 was involved again. And they're kind of disputing whose fault it was. And so they're going to have a discussion about it at the end of the race. But Rader should be getting a lap back here, and hopefully, for his sake, another short caution and another short caution, and he can get back on the lead lap.
Yeah, we'll have to see exactly who it gives it to. I believe, yeah, 53 of Robert Rader will be your lucky dog. So he would go back to being 1 lap down now.
And something is going on, and it's been going on every caution with the 33. I think he's very frustrated. I think he's getting a black flag on every caution. He's gonna clear up. So we had a caution on the end of the first stage, and nothing really happened. But on the second stage, he pitted before the stage ended, and comes back out, and then he had to give all his positions back, and he thought it was iRacing freezing the field. Under our last caution, he did somewhat the same thing. He had a pit strategy, moved to the front, he had to let everyone back by, and he was heated a little bit under that caution. And now here it is on this caution as well. They were trying to make him give all those positions away, and he took it in his own hands. Everyone's agreeing that he's just getting screwed over by iRacing, so he's going to keep his position this time. But this is the 3rd time it's happened to him.
Yeah, that's a first for me. Never heard of a situation like that, but man, unfortunate for Justice Stunner. Hopefully he gets that cleared up so he can clear his any black flags he gets there and holds on to his position here with 7 to go. But man, oh man, Alves with the lead, Finsler in second, Stunner third. The teammates of Finsler and Stunner. I mean, that's a great thing for them. But also Justice Murphy. You got to remember him and Dennis still there in the one, also teammates. So could we see
Yep.
some teammate action start to play out here on this restart? We'll have to see. Also, now one lap down, we have Sean Huffstutler, Robert Rader, Scott Kerberg, Trevor Earhart, and Jacob Sekrovich. So, like, we got multiple cars fighting for the lucky dog. There's a lot going on here in the final few months of Daytona.
Yeah, we got some big names there. One lap down. Rader, Huffstutler. Huffstutler dominated last week. Rader's dominating this week. They're going to be chomping at the bit to get their lap back.
And thank you, everybody, for tuning in here tonight. The Freaky Fast Broadcasting. As we always say, hit that like, that bell, and that subscribe button. It'd be much appreciated from all of us up here in the booth. And thank you for all tuning in. Hit us up in the chat. Let us know who you think is going to win these final 7 laps here, this shootout here. We got the Underdog Racing League for race number 1 of their season here with the Xfinity cars.
Yeah, big shout out to the guys watching on YouTube. I think we're up to 21 or 22 watching now. We got 9 likes, and if you haven't already, hit that like button. It's big. We love seeing you guys tune in, and we hope you're happy to have us.
That we are. Pace car is in. Coming to the green flag this time. Alves going to see 6 to go this time. Finsler up top. Stunner down low. As we go down to 1. Alves has got the help for 33, but he's got to know that 5 in him, our teammates, at any point, that 33 and that 5 are going to look to get hooked up.
Yeah, and you may have some guys here that aren't exactly teammates coming towards the front, but hey, their teammates may be wrecked out. Their teammates may have damage, not be able to help them. You might have some, in baseball terms, some interleague play here, some interleague hookups, and maybe they try to overtake these teams.
We'll have to see what they can form because Finsler that time, great run down the back straightaway, lost all the momentum through 3 and 4 here, coming back to the line. Looks like Alves is going to be a nose ahead here as the Toyota Supras lead the field here with 5 to go. The question is, Finsler getting pushed up top by Murphy, Stunner pushing the 24 down low. Coming to the white, if it's like this, does Stunner continue to push as hard as he is because, that's taking the win away from his teammate? Or does he say, I'm going for my best position. I need to be as far forward as possible. As we go down the back straightaway, Finsler with another run.
You know what I think, Zach? I think we haven't seen our last caution yet. I think these guys are going to get real aggressive here because, look at the 33 all over that 24 right now. And you got that outside line. That 48 is bobbing.
Yeah, I think you're a wise man, Ryan, if you think that's coming, because you can see right there on the apron, whew, what a slide there. I believe that was Peyton Presley in the 11. Yeah, what a catch for him as he goes on the apron. Here are 4 to go now. Alves with the gap up to the top. Does he slide up? Oh, contact between the teammates of Stunner and Finsler. Oh, man. As they come off of 2, everybody checks up. There's going to be big runs coming from the back. Parker Johnson possibly looking up high with Brett Somers.
Yeah, you see that gap now to the front 3. Now, if I'm Finsler and Stunner, you got a big gap between you and the pack. And before they catch, I would try, if I'm Stunner, to fall back and get behind the 5. And he's not going to be able to do that. But he jumps up in front of the 5. How about that?
Oh, man. Stunner move now side by side with Alves. I think he'll lead that time by 8 thousandths of a second with a push from his teammate Jason Finsler. He's going to take the lead with 3 to go. What does he decide to do? Doesn't jump down this time. Can they clear and get to the bottom, or do they elect to stay up high? Now the one of Dennis Steele down low. Does Murphy try to jump down low with his teammate of Steele? And they'll wreck him.
Oh, no.
Alves goes around Stunner. Multiple cars here bringing out the yellow, and I believe I'm not sure who is exactly going to get the lucky dog there. But man, the lucky dog's going to be even close also. So, oh, wild action here at Daytona, ladies and gentlemen.
This
As
is gonna be our one chance at a green-white checkered. I'll tell you that. And
yeah,
you know, they were pushing hard, and I was gonna say this is where you want to trust. Just you have to trust the outside line here, and it looks like Fensler just pushing the 33 a little much. And what a job by Fensler to avoid the 33 there.
yeah, he, he gave the push that ended up causing it, but did a great job to miss all of it,
Hey,
happening directly ahead of him.
give a round of applause. The 99 made it through again.
Wow, Walterman
He's got to be
did.
restarting fifth.
Wow, what a crazy wreck. Alves, nothing he could do in the 24. That's heartbreaking for him. Same for Dennis, still in the one, those two on the bottom. Just innocent bystanders just riding along on the bottom as the 33 gets the bump to his rear end, goes around Justice Murphy. Also, another one involved in that. I'm unsure if Huffstutler or Rodier. I think Raider actually got the actual lucky dog here.
So I don't know how I say this, but I misread that wreck. I thought the 33 was involved in that to where he got turned into the outside wall. I don't know what I saw, but you're gonna have the 33 and the 5 controlling the front row here. You got the 81 in our Taco Bell machine, gonna be up there, and you got the 99 right there too. So you're gonna have the 5. Oh, the 33 is going. Did 33 go down pit road?
Yeah, he did. I believe some damage on that race car, and I think coming down pit road there to get some service done. So gonna get some work done on that race car. Looks like Huffstutler, actually, Sean Huffstutler, I can report, is the lucky dog winner. So Raider must have gotten an incident there. That'll let Huffstutler get back on the lead lap. Now Raider, the only car a lap down, should be in position for that lucky dog if we get another restart, but we won't because remember, we only have one green white checker attempt,
Yep.
and this will be it. So looks like Raiders race going to end under a lap down. Unfortunate after winning stage 1 and stage 2.
Hey, and if you're the 81 and the 99, you have to trust that outside line right now. It's going to be a green-white checkered. Don't abandon that outside line, and you guys can have a great start to the team championship. The 81 and the 99, they are their teammates. They don't have the 88, but they have a good chance of coming out here with a top 3 possibly. You got Johnston. Johnston hasn't been holding a great line this race. He's bobbing and weaving. He might not be able to push Fensler. Fensler just lost his teammate to that wreck, and the 33 went down pit road. And so Fensler's going to have his work cut out for him if he's going to want to keep this win.
That he will. He's got his work cut out for him to keep that freaky fast machine behind him. Also, that 99 of Walterman. So see what he can do. Eddie Wildermuth, he's also made the appearance up front. I mean, 26th to second. Walterman 28th to fourth. Brett Summers 24th to fifth. Big movers throughout this whole entire field as we get them lined up. 1 to green, and looks at this. Fensler going to take the top with Walterman in the 99 and give the bottom to Wildermuth and Johnston down low.
Hey, that's a smart move too. Break up that team on the 81 and 81 and 99. That's a smart move on Fensler.
Very smart move for sure to start up top here. We're going to have our one and only green-white checkered attempt. So if we get any flag we get after this green will be the official end to this race.
And you got Cody Dorsey. He's had a rough last week. He was involved in virtually every wreck possible. And then coming towards the end of that second stage, or the middle of the second stage, he was involved in that wreck. And I know he went a lap down. For some reason, part of me thinks he went 2 laps now, but he's back on the lead lap, and he's sitting in that 10th, 11th, 9th, depending on where they're lining up right now. He's right around that top 10. So what a great rebound for Dorsey.
That it has been. A lot of drivers rebounding throughout the night, making their way through wrecks, navigating them, lasting with the damage, saving that fast repair, using it at the right moments was what it's all come down to here tonight. Pace car is going to make the left-hand turn down. We're going to have our final restart of the night here on Freaky Fast Broadcasting with the Underdog Racing League. In the Xfinity Series, Barney waves the green flag, and we're off and away down the one. Good start there from Wildermuth down low, but Walterman in the top with Justice Murphy also and Matt Job. That outside line is definitely formed over.
I'm curious to see what the 99 and the 81 do. There you go, right there. He's going to go down low. And this is Spencer being the racer he is. He's going to trust that outside line. He knows that outside line can get a run, but he's going to need help. That 48 ain't quite close enough, and that 99 and 81 are going to really tow down this backstretch into turn 3.
And here we go, 2 to go. Be coming out of the turn 4 this time to get the white flag. The Freaky Fast Machine out front. Dylan Walterman trying to hold off past series champion Jason Finsler, coming to the white here. One final time here tonight for the Underdog Racing League in the Xfinity Series. Finsler with the good push from Justice Murphy will pull a nose ahead, almost a full Carlin as he dropped low. Doesn't have the help up top other than Murphy. Doesn't decide to drop low. Here comes Walterman on the bottom down the back straightaway. What does he have as we exit off of 2?
The question is that 9 car going to help Finsler? Because they are not teammates. And you know those 2 bottom cars are going to be glued. And, hey, like I said earlier, that outside line, it only needs to be in front crossing that line.
And you can see
man.
Through 3 and 4, Walterman's pulled ahead. He's got to cover off the top, though. Here comes Finsler with the run. He goes to block it, though. Dangerous
Great block.
As we come back to the line. Wildermuth trying to get there. Does he get it?
1-2, Freaky Fast.
What a finish. Dylan Walterman first, Eddie Wildermuth second, and Justice Murphy third. What a finish here tonight at the Daytona International Speedway. And man, we love to see that. The Freaky Fast car in victory lane.
Hey, we need a Freaky Fast replay for that Freaky Fast victory. How about it? Walterman with a great block on your series champion, and he deserves that win. I thought the 81 might sneak up there, but they have a great team victory too, going top 2. And you couldn't ask for more out of that Freaky Fast car.
Oh, man, Walterman. They're celebrating here with a little bit of early shenanigans with the guys out there, man. And what a finish for him. Race winner last season. Was a pinball in the Clash to start off the Xfinity Series this year at Daytona. Now going to start off the season here in the Xfinity car with a race win. And what a way to do it here in the final moments on the last restart under the green-white checkered in overtime. The 99 Freaky Fast Machine goes to victory lane here. Congrats to the 99, Dylan Walterman, your winner here tonight at Daytona for the Underdog Racing League.
He's going to burn it down. Let's go. Virtually clean car before the congratulatory shenanigans. But what a beautiful sight in victory lane for our first race of the season.
That it was. And as Dylan Walterman celebrates here on the front straightaway at the Daytona International Speedway, we'll be back here in a few moments as we get our top 3 drivers up here in the booth. All right, we're back here, everybody, for our post-race interviews tonight here at the Daytona International Speedway, the world center of racing, here for the Underdog Racing League for their Xfinity Series race number 1 of their season. Let's go ahead and bring up our third place man of Justice Murphy after a great finish in this 9 machine. Hey, Justice, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Sure do, buddy.
Hey man, well, a fantastic run for you tonight, man. Was up front in the majority of that final stage. Kind of take us through your race tonight, man. You were definitely in some pretty sticky situations there. Got involved in a couple, in that final wreck there. Able to get back up into the top 3 there with that green white checker, man. What a wild finish.
Yeah, it was kind of a back and forth night. Had to avoid a couple of wrecks early, checking up pretty heavily. Was lucky to not get rear-ended, taken out, something like that. So, just kind of nice to be able to be there at the end.
Yeah, definitely down there at the end, man. It got pretty wild here tonight. A lot of heavy pushing and great racing out there between you and the guys. After the clash last week, we seen a lot of guys came here and ran very, very well, and yourself included, man. And we come back here to the Daytona road course next week. How you feeling about the road course this following week?
Feeling pretty good. Got me and my teammates already working, trying to make sure that we're competitive when we get there. Don't want to get there and be, only oval racers. We got to be able to do it all.
Well, it's gonna be fun to see you guys out here next week, turning right and left after beating and banging out here on the Super Speedway this week, man. Congrats on third, Justice. Before we let you out of here, buddy, anybody wants to shout out to?
Yeah, just want to give a shout out to you guys doing a fantastic job with the broadcast. Shout out to my teammates, BDE Motorsports. We try to get out here and help each other as best we can. So it was third and a sixth for 2 of us, so we'll take that. Good night.
You have a great night, Justice, and we'll catch you next week at Daytona, brother.
Thank you, sir.
All right, everybody. That was Justice Murphy, your third place finisher tonight. Now we got the 2 teammates, Eddie Wildermuth and Dylan Walterman. Let's go ahead and bring up our second place man, Eddie, as he's had a fantastic night driving up through the field there late in the going. Hey, Eddie, it's Zach up in the booth. You got a copy, man?
Yes, sir, I do.
Hey, Eddie, well, man, what a race. 26th to second here tonight, driving on up through the field. And what a wild race at that. Multiple big wrecks up front, man. How did you get through this race and survive getting up to second there with a 1-2 finish with your teammate?
By staying at the back. Like, when I say like the back, I was staying like, whenever we get to like close to the stage end and stuff, I just backed off even more and just kind of hung about a half a lap back and just avoided it.
Well, man, it seems to work out pretty well for you tonight. Definitely, using that strategy to stay out of the carnage there at the end of those stages, man. So congrats on the second here tonight, man. A great 1-2 finish for you and your teammate of Dylan there. Next week, we head back here to Daytona for the road course, man. How you feeling about turning right and left next week?
Man, I'd feel great, but I'll be out of town, unfortunately. So I was going to leave it up to my teammate to get the job done.
Well, man, hopefully your teammate can pull off the same performance you guys did tonight. It was a fantastic race coming down to the end between you two there, man. So congrats on second, Eddie. Before we get you out of here, man, anybody want to send a shout out to?
Oh, yeah, thanks, man. I just want to send out a shout out to my teammate Dylan for working really well there at the end. Just continuing to, strategize, what we need to do. And we just kind of put ourselves in the right spot and we're able to get 1-2 for Wilder Beast Racing.
That it was, man. Congrats on that second place finish here tonight and the 1-2 for your team, Eddie. You have a great night, buddy, and we'll catch you next time.
Yeah, I'll do the same. Thank you all.
All right, guys. That was Eddie Wildermuth, your second place finisher tonight. Now we'll move on to our race winner and teammate of Eddie, Dylan Walterman in the Freaky Fast Machine. What a night it's been. Let's hear from our race winner. Dylan, it's Zach up in the booth, man. You got a copy?
I do.
Well, buddy, it's great to see the Freaky Fast Machine back in victory lane. Last time winning out here in the Truck Series at Talladega. Now to come back here in race number 1 at Daytona in the Xfinity Series. Get the victory, especially after a very tough clash for you last week, man. How's it feel to come back here, survive, first of all, and come out of here with the victory?
Oh, it feels great. I came into the race after last week. I'm like, I have no hope. I just want to finish it. So I was just riding around, realized I top 10 come stage breaks, and I'm like, okay, I guess this is going better than I thought. And then after I got doored by Al and I didn't wreck, I'm like, okay, this is turning around to be a great race for me.
Yeah, man, it was definitely wild. I mean, we've seen a lot of the big wrecks. You were almost right in the middle, having to navigate through them. How nerve-wracking was that? I mean, especially after the clash, it seems like you couldn't get away from a wreck last week.
It was very nerve-wracking. I was, like I said, I was just hoping to get through everything.
Well, man, you definitely did that. Able to pull off the race victory, season opener also, so that's great for that. And yeah, what got to give like our producer said right there, what a block coming down to the end to cover off that top line, that run they had, and then able to cover off your teammate of Eddie there too for the 1-2 for the team. I mean, that's got to be a great way to start the season. Now heading off into next week, we're going to be going right and left as we're back here for 3 weeks in a row here at Daytona, man. How do you feel about going into this beast of a road course we got?
Road cars are my weakness. I don't got the muscle memory for it. I struggle. I lose focus. But yeah, if it wasn't for my teammate telling me to get up, he's like, you gotta go up and block now. And right as he said that, he kind of gave me a bump, which sent me up, which helped me block Fensler. And if it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't have gotten this win. So I got to thank him a lot.
What a great call.
Definitely a great call from your teammate there, Eddie. Oh man, what a night though for you guys and your team. 1-2 finish, man. Congrats on that, Dylan. Congrats on the race win here for the first one in the Xfinity Series 2 to open up the season. That's got to be a great way to start it for yourself. But before we let you go, man, from Victory Lane, anybody want to send a shout out to for this victory, buddy?
You guys for the great broadcast and just allowing us to do this every week in, week out, and everybody in this league. We have our ups and downs, but we get through it, and it's a great league to be in.
Hey man, well, if it wasn't for you drivers out there on the racetrack putting on the show like you do, it makes our jobs very, very easy. So we appreciate all you out there on the racetrack, Dylan. Especially appreciate out there the Freaky Fast machine. It looks beautiful out there in the Xfinity car, and we'll see how this season plays out for you, buddy. In that 99, hopefully it continues on like it started tonight, and
Hopefully
we'll catch you in Victory
better.
Lane a few more times. Yeah, exactly.
I say, 'cause come that playoffs last season, I tanked it.
Definitely fell off there.
I had a great start and then tanked it.
Hey man, well, we'll see what you can do here this season. Definitely a new start for you, buddy. Great way to start it, and we'll catch you next week back here at Daytona.
All right, yeah, thank you.
All right, guys, that was your race winner of Dylan Walterman there. As you heard, ecstatic to get the race win here tonight at Daytona as we go ahead and pull up our race results here as we had 29 cars take the racetrack. First is going to be that 99 of Dylan Walterman as we just talked to him. Second is going to be his teammate Eddie Wildermuth. Third is going to go to Justice Murphy. Fourth is going to be Matt Job after a great top 5. Fifth is going to be our defending series champion Jason Finsler. Sixth is to Peyton Presley. Seventh is going to go to James Loveland. Eighth, Parker Johnston. Ninth is going to go to Sean Huffstuffer after getting his lap back late. 10th is going to go to Cody Dorsey rounding out our top 10. 11th is going to be John Magner. 12th is going to be David Buell. 13th is going to be Marshall Wilson. 14th is going to be Brett Somers. 15th is going to be Justin Stunner. 16th is going to be Christopher Height. 17th is going to be Dennis Steele. 18th there is going to be Robert Rader. 19th is going to be Nick Alves. Rounding out our top 20 is going to be Scott Kerper. 21st is going to be Trevor Earhart. 22nd is going to be Jacob Sekovich. 23rd is going to be Kevin Orlando Jr. 24th, Grant Thrope. 25th is going to be Jeff Glover. 26th, Alan Bargainquest. 27th is going to be Brad Ringer. 28th is going to be Teddy Kramer. And 29th is going to be Dane Moyer, as that's your race results here tonight for the Daytona International Speedway. For to do it for Dale, 250. But man, what a night of racing we had here, Ryan. Any final thoughts from you, buddy?
Hey, what a great front row to finish. Love Taco Bell. Yeah, that's my favorite. And then you got Freaky Fast. You can't ask for a better front row. And they did it wise. And I was thinking to myself, hey, he's gonna have to block that 5 if he wants a chance to win this. And you and I said it to each other during the commercial break. When he went up there and put that block on, I thought for sure he was getting turned into the wall. But that just shows you the type of driver Fensler is. I'm sure he had to have let off a little bit to avoid wrecking him, and he'll take his top 5, no surprise there, and set himself up for a great points finish. Just heartbreak for Raider. not being able to get that lap back. But overall, great race. A lot of action, a lot of big wrecks, and like you said during the interview, the 99 avoiding all the carnage after last week. He couldn't miss the carnage, even if he could have been a half a lap down. He would have somehow had something come up and hit him in the radiator and blow his motor. So great to see his fortune turn around and take this win and put Freaky Fast at the head of the league after week 1.
Yeah, it definitely was a fantastic night of racing here at the Underdog Racing League here at the Daytona International Speedway. And man, I cannot shout out the fans out there enough. Thank you everybody for always tuning in. Jake Williams, thank you out there in the chat. He said he called it with the Toyota win, gentlemen, and 28% of the votes went to Toyota, and 28% with the Chevrolet, 42 to Ford. So at 28%, congrats to you. You are the the correct people on who won the race. As Dylan Walshman brought it home in the Toyota Supra. Again, thank you to everybody. Hit that like, thumbs up button, that bell button, and subscribe button. We got a subscriber during the night. I always like to see that number go up during our broadcast, and it makes me know I'm doing our job right. So thank you very much, everybody out there. Always tuning in here to Freaky Fast Broadcasting. It's been a wonderful night here at the Underdog Racing League. As we'll turn it on over to our producer, Robert Moyer Jr., to close out tonight's broadcast.
All right. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Zach, for a great call. And thank you, Underdog Racing League, for giving great action-packed racing here every Wednesday night at 8:30 here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. It's going to be a fun season to watch, guys. We're going to see how this all plays out. And just a side note, last year, with their trucks, Matt in that 89 struggled so hard to get a top 5. Well, guess what? He finished in the top 4 tonight. So he's starting out the season just perfectly. He finally, maybe hopefully he can keep that top 5 streak going and get a victory here in the future here in this season. But, man, thank you to everybody, like Zach said, tuning in. We do much appreciate it out there. And if you enjoyed the content, you know what to do. Zach informed on that. And we hopefully everybody can help support us, as we'll support you the best that we can. But our next broadcast will be tomorrow night at 9:30 with Stars and Stripes. So make sure you tune in tomorrow night. Come out and chat with us, as it's going to be me and Sam and Hunter Hayward calling all the action here at Freaky Fast Broadcasting. But until then, hopefully everybody has a great Thursday. We'll talk to you into the next broadcast. God bless everybody. We love you all. Peace out.
Have a great night, everybody.